Today I wanted to cover a topic that has been interesting to me, and I hope will be interesting to a lot of you out there. It has to do with finding your own sound and expanding your creativity. I'll give you tips on how you can find the right sounds that fit your liking, and how you can ultimately start making beats that feel like they represent you as a person and as a producer. But yeah, let's get into it. That's really the basics of it. Now, for this thing, I have some tips that some of you might be like this is just lazy stuff, and this is not like really being creative to the fullest. But you know, everything has to start somewhere, and I'm just giving you tips on how you can take the first step to making beats that represent you. Now, when you want to find your sound regarding like melodies and instruments, I would really recommend before you even start to make your own melodies, like play instruments and draw your own kind of MIDI and use your own kind of plugins, I would really recommend using loops. Try to find loops that are a bit more experimental and some loops that you think are unique to you. So I would recommend getting something like Splice, or even free sites like Looperman could work for this. But you ultimately want to find something experimental and not like anything that every other producer is making, because like you can make beats that sound like other producers. That's not a bad thing. It's just, sometimes you gotta be experimental to develop a sound that will be unique to you. Now, I'll use Splice for this example. One thing I like about Splice is they have a collections here called Daily Picks. It's a list of samples picked by the makers of Splice, I think. Nice thing about this is there are samples from every different genre you can imagine. And when I would like to find my own sound, I would search these samples and pick the ones that I like and maybe make beats with them. So I'll just go through this all. And I want to find some samples that I think aren't too mainstream. Like, I don't want to find like some Nick Mira guitar or Polo G guitar types stuff. I want to find something unique. So I found a sample I like. It's like jazzy. I really like this. Well, I'll play it for you. Yeah, just like you can hear this isn't anything you can't hear in rap these days, but I feel like it's a sample that I like really much, and I don't think this is too mainstream sample that people would use. But now we have found something a bit more experimental, a bit more unique to you. The thing you really want to do is don't just go and take a drum kit from a big producer. Like, don't just go and buy a kit from producer and just use that. That's because then you will almost automatically sound a lot like that producer you bought the kit from. You really wanna get a lot of different kits. Like, you can find a lot of good free kits out there. From YouTube, wherever. Just search for free trap drum kits. There are a lot of good ones. Or you can also just buy a couple different kits from producers you like. But after that, when you have some kits in your collection, you just want to make beats with them and save all the sounds you like. And by saving the sounds you like, I mean that you make a folder called stash, drum stash, and you just save all the sounds you like, and then you start using the sounds from that stash. And then when you keep using those same drums you like, you will develop your own sound and people will recognize your beats because you use a certain type of drums and a certain type of melodies. So that's really it. You have to keep being consistent with the sounds you use. Now obviously always try to make different types of beats, but there should be something to your beats that keeps them together and unique to your sound. So you want to have some elements that you can hear from all of your beats. That could be like a certain type of snare sound, a certain type of 808 sound, certain type of bounce in your drums, or certain type of counter melodies. That's just how you make sure that when people hear music, they attach the beat to you without even them having to look at who has produced it. Like, look at people like Pierre Bourne. If you stumble upon a song and listen to it, if it's produced by Pierre Bourne, you can hear it because his style is so unique to himself. And also people like Metro Boomin, you can hear when you put on a Metro Boomin beat. That's like, it's so unique to himself, and that's because he has used those same sounds and certain melodies, and he has made them his own sounds. So yeah, that's really important for being a producer. Is you want to have a certain sound, and even for placements, I think it's important that you have a sound that is unique to you, because if you just make beats that sound like some other big producer, they will instead go and get beats from that other big producer. They don't really want to use your beats, because if you're just making similar stuff to them, you want to have a reason why people need to get music from you. So now I have this loop right here. I will make something on top of it just to show what I would do with it. When finding your own sound by using loops, you don't want to keep using loops forever. In the end, you should really perfect making those types of loops yourself, because then if you don't learn to make melodies like this, you are just relying on other people's loops. If you want to have your own sound, you really have to perfect making it. You can't just use someone's loops forever. But in the beginning, it's good to use loops and then practice making like simple counter melodies on top. Now I'll add some drums to this. So yeah, this is, I really like this right here. It's a bit like experimental, but I still added my signature style of drums to it to make sure it sounds more like me. Yeah, I think I'll just mix this now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found something useful, and I hope you have gotten some new ideas on how you can expand your creativity and find your own sound. And obviously people will have different opinions about this, but this is just, I have found this useful in my own production. So feel free to just take tips you like and ignore the rest. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe for more content. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.